Call of Duty Vanguard's been out over a month. Activision have finally released Season 1 of the game, so they have. And within Season 1, what's generally happened is they've released a lot of blueprint weapons for the game. So yeah, I'm pretty much going to run through a couple of the blueprints, see if they make a difference to the game, and realistically just give you my own opinion of the game. So starting it off, I'm actually using a variant called Full Tilt. Now this is actually a variant of the revolving shotgun, so I'm just going to let it play and let you guys see how it is. So as you guys can pretty much see with this weapon, it's all about the accuracy, so it is. I've made a few minor changes here and there. I haven't actually done anything that takes away from the actual variant itself, the blueprint. It is pretty much 95% the same weapon that you actually buy. It's just I've changed the actual barrel itself, so I have, in order to make it, you know, a bit more deadly, a bit more accurate. It is all about accuracy when it comes to Call of Duty, especially with shotguns, you know, and a shotgun like this, which doesn't actually shoot that quick. It's deadly if you can get the precision with it, but at the end of the day, I wouldn't really pay too much money for it, because even though it is a powerful shotgun, at the end of the day, it's not one of those weapons that I could honestly say will be that beneficial for you at the end of the day, because it does require a lot of accuracy, and with shotguns, you really don't have the time to kill with them, so you haven't got a lot of time on your hands unless you have the distance within them. And this is definitely a gun that from using, I can honestly say it doesn't have good distance, so it doesn't to it whatsoever. Don't get me wrong, I mean it's fun as hell to use, but at the end of the day, I don't think I'd see myself using this too much unless I'm probably playing on a map like, you know, Das House or even Shipment. So for any other map, I can honestly say do not be using this gun, because realistically, it just isn't worth it at this point, so it isn't. But you know, if you're into the shotguns, if you're actually good with shotguns and you think, you know what, I'll give this weapon a try, by all accounts it's actually a very fun weapon to use. It's just me myself personally, I don't think that I have the patience to actually run around a map with a shotgun, and also I don't think that I've actually mastered a shotgun enough to actually say I'm confident enough to get distance kills with it. But you know what, for someone else, you know, maybe you're the type of person that could actually, you know, run around this map and actually enjoy this weapon, and for the most part have a lot more fun than I did with it, because even though I got a lot of kills with the weapon, it was incredibly frustrating at the same time to actually use, because it was, again, like you say, it was all about accuracy. It was about, you know, just making sure I actually connected with them. And another frustrating thing about it is if you're coming at a distance with this weapon, is that the damage per se will actually decrease on distance kills, so well, you really have to be accurate with it. And for the most part on a map, like I said, like Das House or even Shipment, it's probably perfect for, but for the likes of Radar, aka Dome for Modern Warfare 3, I would avoid this weapon if I was you guys. But you know what, it is what it is. You can't really be too negative about it, so you can't. At the end of the day, it's a World War II game, World War II weapons, and variants that probably suit World War II. On to the next one. Now the next variant I want to talk about is the Juggernaut, which is actually a variant from the weapon of the AS-44. So this gun, like I say, is pretty much my cup of tea. This is probably a weapon I'll use quite a bit, mainly because, like I said, the shotguns for me aren't really my cup of tea. I don't really like to use them, so they're really slow, they're really sluggish for me. Whereas a weapon like this is probably perfect for me, because, like I say, it's all about, you know, long range kills. Well, it's not necessarily about long range kills, but for the most part, long range kills are easier to come by with this weapon. You know, it's a fast shooting weapon, so it is, so instantly you'll have the chance to kill them. And realistically, you can spray quite a bit with this weapon, so if you're ever in that situation where, you know, you're 1v1 and it's a panic, it's like, oh no, he's come out of nowhere, this weapon right here is probably perfect, so it is. And what I found whenever I was using this variant, if I'm being totally honest with you, is that this here thing just blitzes people, so it does. It's almost an instant kill as soon as you hit them with it, so it is. My only complaint about it would be is that whenever you actually get the weapon itself, the scope that is equipped with the weapon on first glance when you're first using it, I would honestly say I prefer it without the scope. I just think it works a lot better. Now that's not to say that going forward every weapon scope that you can get for this gun will ultimately make it a bad weapon. It's just in my own personal opinion, I think this weapon performs a lot better without the actual scope that it comes with, so it does. You have a wider range of view, so you do, if that makes a lot of sense, and honestly it just feels a lot more fun to use, so it does without the scope. It really does feel like a traditional World War II game. Now again, I made the point of saying that shotgun really worked effectively in maps like Das House and Shipment. I really do think that if you can get the accuracy up on this thing, because again, all these weapons will come down to accuracy at the end of the day, you guys. If you can get the weapon accuracy up with this here thing, this will be an absolute pleasure to use, so it is. It's a lot of fun. It's almost, like I say, an instant kill. Like as soon as you hit them, if you're connecting bullets with them, they're basically dead. It's not even close, so it isn't at this point. What I would say, if I'm being totally honest with you, is that you might find that, you know, it is pay to win And realistically, with it being Activision, it doesn't surprise me, especially when you consider that this game, unlike the other Call of Duties, is selling really, really bad. So Activision will want to ultimately give a reason for people to actually buy weapons and, buy the variants of weapons and, blueprints, etc. And this is realistically is probably the perfect reason why, because the game's not selling well. So what's the best thing to do is probably take the advanced warfare approach, in that every weapon that you actually unlock via blueprints or supplied, well, it's not supply drops anymore, but via color points, are probably going to be boss weapons and absolute monsters, so it are to use against people. But other than that, like I say, this is actually a really fun weapon to use. I'm actually enjoying it. I'm probably going to do a lot more gameplays actually using it and do another full review of it. But if you guys like what you see here and you want me to do, more reviews of certain weapons, certain variants, blueprints, etc., even in other games such as maybe Modern Warfare, Cold War, even though they're realistically probably dead at this point, feel free to comment below, you guys. For the most part, I'm going to continue using this weapon, because honestly, it's been my favourite variant I've got so far. I've got 2 more variants, so I have to use that came with the packs that I got the shotgun and this little bad boy you see on screen in. But for the most part, I'm going to do them in a different video, so if you guys are interested in that, please hit subscribe. If you like this video, you found it, you found a bit of information out of it, and please leave a like. If you're new to the channel, I've been Recurs, keeping you have a nice day. Nice to meet you guys, and yeah, over and out, have a nice day. Hopefully you enjoy the rest of the content on the channel if you do decide to stay. Peace.